Welcome to Personal Mastery Training. I'm your host, Alvin Brown, former world class athlete turned entrepreneur and consultant. Join us as we learn from guests who have conquered their inner battles and share their journeys to success. Get ready for inspirational masterclasses and thought provoking strategy sessions to fuel your path to personal mastery. Let's dive in. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Welcome to another strategy episode. I'm going to take this one from a great wisdom that someone left behind, unknown. I'm not sure who to attribute this to, but I heard it. Someone shared it with me. And as usual, I want to share it with you. And you see, right after I heard this wisdom, one of my clients came in and it totally applied. It's like magic. All right, here it is. This one is called Peace Begins Where Expectation Ends. Super powerful. You see, when we go around in life expecting things to be a certain way, we are disappointed. Oftentimes it comes down from where we put that bar. And we have to temper that. I'm not saying don't get excited about things, but it's the expectations that we have for someone or for something that often clouds our ability to enjoy the moment. And we expected someone to do something, expected one to have something, someone to be something, and they don't turn out to be that way at the level that we set it. So let me give you the background on this. So once I heard this wisdom, someone shared it with me, I'm going to put that in my back pocket and I'm going to leave it there. Because that's the way things usually work out. I usually dissect it. So people always say I love quotes and I love to remember. Yeah, you know why? Because once I hear, and I change it from quotes, because quotes seem empty. Everyone passes quotes around, they say them, but they don't really actually apply them. I start to dissect them and realize that they were wisdoms left behind from someone who went through something. And they gave you the little Cole's Notes version of it. So when I heard this, that peace begins where expectation ends, I left it. And then magically, an experience happens. One of my clients comes in, and this person put all this work into a very important project. They put the hard work into this project, really gave it their all, and thought, yeah, I am going to be rewarded by someone that this person expected to hear positive feedback from. They expected to finally be validated for the things they did. They put the hard work in, they put the hustle, the focus, the concentration, was really excited about how this is going to be received, this work they did. And they were pleased with it themselves. And it was finally time to reveal, the great reveal, and to show the work they've done. And they expected by all rights to have this accolades, this validation, what a great job you did, and finally put a stamp of approval on it. But when a person came that they expected to give them this validation, this stamp of approval, the reaction was meh. It wasn't much. It was actually more negative feedback, more judgment, more you could have done it better kind of feedback. Not in so many words, but as you remember, 93% of communication is nonverbal. The nonverbal cues were and pointed out what's wrong with it. And they were extremely disappointed. They were crushed, actually. And then we started to connect this to more times in the past where this was the same outcome. Because this person was looking for approval from an authority, a parent that they grew up with, they were always trying to please, and thought This is it. This should do it. I did good. I felt I did really good. And I'm going to get the feedback that I've been searching for, that I've been yearning for, and then flat, nothing. And actually, not even nothing, just a negative feedback. So we started to really dive into this and talk about what were you expecting to hear? What would have made this your stamp of approval? Well, they were waiting to hear, wow, you did a really good job. I'm very proud of you, and so on and so on. But no, what did they get? Nothing. So this expectation that they had, even though what they did, in my opinion, was amazing, absolutely amazing, and deserved it. But you see, the person they're expecting to hear it from, in all our lives, no matter how many people tell us we did great, give us accolades, amazing feedback, awards, everything, we're always looking for one, two, a small number of people to validate us. We only want to hear it from maybe the one person, the parent, father or mother, maybe the teacher, maybe the person of authority that they respect. We typically only want to hear it from one person because we can't seem to hear it from the hundreds of others, thousands of others who have approved it. But we're looking for hear it from one person. That person you've been trying to please for decades. You've been trying to please them, do right by them, do things that makes them proud, but somehow you can never seem to get that stamp of approval. So that's when this phrase, this wisdom came back to me. The expectation they were having was complete disappointment. They didn't even meet it. They didn't even match it. They actually fell below it. And it took their ability to find peace. So peace begins where your expectation ends. So that's great. But what do we do with this information? How do we start to adopt this idea in our lives? Because it's easy to say, right? But if you've built a lifetime of not feeling approved or validated by this person of authority or these people, this group, whatever it is, it's tough. It's a tough one to just say, positive thinking and just flip it around. No, it's been embedded in there. It's been since you were a child, and you've had this perception that they've never given you your just desserts. They've never really given you the level that you were looking for. And it's so elusive. The bar keeps moving of what good enough is. And this is where people build in this, no matter what they get into imposter syndrome, because no matter the accolades, the degrees, the success, it's never enough because that one person that you're waiting for to say, you done good, hasn't showed it or said it. So what do we do? What do we do about this? So here's my thoughts. The big one is this. First of all, step back and take a really deep dive into looking at the person, the authority figure, and what are their capabilities of giving you what you want. If that person isn't able to give you the love, the approval, the validation at the level you want, are they capable of doing it? Because think about it, they themselves may not have been approved. And that's what I typically find. If you can't, I can't, you can't, no one can give you what you don't have yourself. If you have never been approved, loved, or been held at a high standard, it's very difficult for you then to give it to someone else. Because where are you going to find it if you've been striving and never touch it yourself? Where are you going to find it in yourself to now give it to someone else? It's possible, but most times it's very difficult. So start to evaluate the person you're looking for this approval from, or love, or whatever it is you're looking for them, the expectation that if I bought this for them, they're going to be happy. Or if I did this project or completed this degree or, did all these things, yeah, I expect that they're going to finally give me that stamp. And they don't. But are they capable? Have they ever felt validated themselves? Do they hold their bar at this high standard that no one else can meet? So how are they going to give you what you're looking for, especially at the level that you expected it to be given to you? So if I have never been loved, and start looking at my background, look at my family, look at the person's how they've been brought up, look at them themselves, are they ever happy or felt approved? If the answer is no, then I'm going to ask you to lower your expectations. Lower your need for validation from that person, because they're not capable, and they may not even mean any harm, but it's just that they've never felt it themselves. So they're wondering why you need it. Or if I am not good enough to meet that, why am I going to give you the level that you want, that accolade that you want? And the funny thing is, the weird thing about this is, the more they don't give it to us, the more we strive for it. And we on it. It's almost like going to the casino. You keep pulling the lever, thinking that this one's going to be it, and it just keeps you addicted. The dopamine, that anticipation that this will be the time I win, and it never seems to pan out that way. So the number one thing is that person capable of giving you what you want to hear and approving of who you want to be and saying yay about what you have in your life? Because if they're not, then it's gonna be a relentless pursuit for the ghost, and reaching out and never hitting it. So that's what I want you to think about. And also, how about your standards? Are you capable of hearing and really leaning on the 10 people who have approved you, and not so much hyper focused on the one that doesn't? Are you relentlessly pursuing this because you love a challenge, but that challenge will never be met because that person's not capable of giving it to you? So that's what I want you to think about. Remember that wisdom, the peace you're looking for, to soothe the pain in your soul, to finally close the wound. Peace begins where your level of expectation for some approval ends. Are you willing to end it now and finally be at peace and be good enough, be happy enough, be complete enough? Because you've done great, and they may not be able to give it to you. Can't get blood from a rock. So think about that, give that some thought. And once you can release this, you can actually achieve the level of mastery that you're looking for. All right. Go journal on that. Let me know what you think. And until next time, peace and love.